we, you know, and that's why I like Buckminster Fuller's like autobiography, because he said that he had to at 32 years old, he had to reteach himself how to think, because he said, you are grown in this society that's like, oh, no, don't look there, look here, because like this is safe, and do this because I told you, because I love you, and I told you that this is how it is, so this is how it is. He said, but it wasn't until he like tried to commit suicide that he he had like some sort of epiphany where he was like, oh, this isn't really my life to take, like I just need to like this, I need to make the most of the time that I have left on the planet, and I need to think from, I mean, he didn't say this, but
like service.
From service, but he also was kind of thinking like from first principles, like think for yourself. Like don't always like go on the shoulders of giants for everything, because then you're going to go down the same pathways. If we want to discover new things, start from ground zero, like, and reteach yourself how to think about everything without influence, just for a little bit, and see what you can get from that aspect, which is cool.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's true.
And he had a badass looking car.
Oh, I didn't see his car. I did watch a documentary of him as well, but I don't remember his car.
It looks like a UFO. It's like a very aerodynamic, like,
cool
thing.
Yeah. It's funny. And then it's like, well, why didn't we learn about him? Why would we, I don't know.
I'm convinced like school is just a prison daycare system. It's just like, you know, it's like what did I learn in school when I was in school? I learned how to read, but then like what information that was valuable to anything did I learn? We focused a lot on wars, you know?
Yeah.
This war begot this war, which begot this war, which begot this one. And there was this battle within this one.
We're about to go into this one.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being like, that's why I loved art history, because I was like, oh, it's like history of how people lived without having to solely focus on, and then this battle happened, but they made the mistake of attacking during the winter. And what do they say? Like these things are not important in my world. I mean, maybe they are too. My older brother loves that stuff. He like loves Civil War and like World War I and II. That's great. That's good on him. But I'm sorry, there's other things in the world to think about besides that. You know, it's what is it? Like history is written by the victors, and it's also that they don't want us to know a bunch of stuff. I don't know who they are, but basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much, that pretty much sums it up. And it's really hard because I'm actually in a situation right now where, you know, with this whole COVID thing, going back to school, not going back to school, like Sabina was supposed to go to another school. And now I'm like, still waiting to figure out what's going to happen with that, and trying to figure out if I should just do unschooling or homeschooling, and the amount of really like learning that I will have to do, which is a good thing, but having to being like, okay, I can let that go. I can let go of the traditional education, and it doesn't have to be like that. You know, it doesn't have to be like this framework of education doesn't have to be the only way for education, but then trying to find out what other options there are, and like how to do things, and, you know, making mistakes and being okay with that, and being like, okay, you know what, but it's hard.
Danielle, in the end, it's like, he's an intelligent human being. So like, if he knows how to read the code in which everything is written, but if he figures out how to read the languages, then what he's taught can be completely on you. It doesn't have to be, you know, like at some point, it's the traditional school system. It's like that. It's a vaccine, you know. It really is. It's like a forced upon a system of compliance.
Absolutely. Well, now it is. That's right. It's a system of compliance. That's right. And also like indoctrination. It's the way I think of it. It's just a way for indoctrination of what it is that you're supposed to do in life.
And but it teaches them how to judge themselves harshly and to compare themselves against others.
Right. Exactly. And it's so hard to break away from that for me, because I'm in the middle of it, but being like, what other, you know, having to take the dive of just being like, no, we can go out somewhere else. But again, because I'm so used to following the rules of society and having grown up in that, like, this is the way it is. This is what you have to do. This is the path you take in order to get to there. And that's what you need to get to there. So that's why you have to take this path. It's really hard to say, no, I'm not going to go on that path when everyone else is going on that path, and to walk your own path.
And especially
also to find it.
It's also like, I imagine it would be super hard with a kid where you're kind of thinking to yourself, yeah, but like, what if he wants to go to college, and what if he wants to do this? And then even though college is completely changing, completely structuring, and needs to, I mean, it's like college does not equal good paying job. It equals maybe a good paying job, but definitely 200 grand worth of, like, you know, oh, it's like, oh, you want to buy a house? Because that's essentially what it is. And then you'll be paying it off till you're in your 50s. So.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The whole system is crazy. But I think that that's one good thing that's going to come out of it. People are moving away from traditional schooling and finding other ways to do things, or just saying, no, I don't really like this. I don't want this for my kid long term. So hopefully things will change.
But I mean, I also think you have to just, like, if there's a thing where it's like, I know for me, I'm not a teacher, right? Like, and I mean, of everything, like I'm sure I could teach a lot of things to a kid, but like, I don't think I could be their sole teacher. Right.
Right. So nor do definitely would
want to be. Yeah. You definitely got to find little groups and other things.
Exactly. That's what we're in the middle of doing right now. Exactly. Because that's what I was thinking. People, I don't know. Well, this is off topic, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, you definitely have to find groups. You can't be expected to know everything or want to know everything, or that your kid wants you to be their teacher for everything, you know? Like they can learn from other people and that's okay. And they should. Yeah. That will help them to think. As long as, I think, if kids can learn how to critically think and learn how to present an argument, or to just look at something and to question the other side, play devil's advocate, or, you know, play the other side of it, listen, become empathetic people and have emotional intelligence, I think that we'd be okay. That's pretty much all we need.
Yeah. And if you can relay that and teach them that, then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And also, you know, teach them that learning doesn't stop. Learning is a lifelong thing, and it's a you know, follow your bliss, man. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think a lot of people I know have lost their way in that field. Like they've not been able to identify what it is they're interested in. And that I feel like is a direct result of constantly being diverted from your interest to having to, you know, this is what you like. This is what you're into. This is what you have to look. This is what you have to study. You have to get through this before you can get to that. Don't look anywhere else. Tunnel vision, do this. And then when they get out of it, they don't know themselves anymore, or they don't know what they like or don't like, you know, and that's a way more common problem than.
Yeah. Exactly. Or just expecting people to know what they want and being like, okay, you're 18. I mean, going back to the kids in school, like you're 18. All right, go choose a major. That's what you're going to be. All right. You could probably change it because people are changing their jobs and stuff, but you still have to figure out your major. So go and do that. Get on it. Know what you're going to do. It's like, it's too much to say, to expect somebody to know. I mean, I'm 43 and I still don't know.
I mean,
that's okay.
I
dabble.
Back Europe when I was out of college, when I was like 23, but there were so many people in my hostels that were 18, and they were all basically like British or from Australia or something. But Australia was really big into the gap year, they call it. Like it's before, when you get out of college, before you go out of high school, before college, it's you go travel around. They like would work at bars for a couple months in this town and then do that. I mean, like you work on a shoestring budget, you travel around and you try to figure out, see the world a little bit, see what it's like, get a little taste of how hard money is to get, and then you go back.
Right. Yeah, no, I think it's a great approach. At least it'll get out like the traveling bug a bit and give people the chance to live, I don't know, just do something outside of going from school to school. Conformity to conformity.
and then into a conformity job, you know, and then they look forward to, oh, when I'm 65, I'll go on a 2-week cruise.
Right. I'll reach for my retirement. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's crazy.